While other things have been happening in Parliament, Joseph, let's go for it before we let you go. PAC has been sitting, and we've heard that the Minister for Works and Housing, Francis Asensio-Boakye, has actually been apologizing to the committee over his failure to appear before it yesterday. Give us some details on that as well.
You know, yesterday himself, Mr. Francis Asensio-Boakye, who is the Works and Housing Minister, and the Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwesi Amakwa-Arthur, were expected to appear before the committee yesterday morning. The two of them didn't show up. The committee members were present. As the sitting commenced, the chairman complained that they hadn't communicated to the committee that they would not be able to attend. He directed that the Finance Department of Parliament puts together the figures on how much it cost the House to get the sitting underway yesterday and ensure that the details are sent to the two ministries and split so that then they pay, and further directed that the officials of these ministries should endeavor to show up today. Today, Mr. Asensio-Boakye appeared and apologized. He explained that he, the day before yesterday, had asked his chief director to write officially to the committee and indicate his unavailability on Thursday because he would be attending a cabinet meeting, which the chief director didn't do, resulting in the situation where he couldn't show up and there was no such communication. So he apologized. But the chairman made the point that the apology is accepted, but the surcharge will still happen. So that has been the development on that. Apart from him, earlier today as well, the Communications Minister, Ursula Owusu, was expected to appear before the committee with some agencies at the Ministry of Communications. And what happened was that we saw a situation where the chief director explained that Madam Owusu Kufuor was on her way coming to the sitting. Eventually, the sitting started, but at the end of it all, then the chief director had to apologize that she was caught up in something else that she had to do for the president and couldn't show up. And the chairman said that the committee was very unhappy and that communication should go to the minister, but said that the minister has repeatedly appeared before the committee without any hassle, so they wouldn't apply any sanctions.
Well, in that case, it looks like there was no surcharge, but we will see how it pans out subsequently. Joseph, what else happened in Parliament today, and what are we to expect next week?
Members of Parliament themselves having been sitting at the level of the plenary today, the reason being that the Speaker directed that they need to get to their constituencies to help with the census. So after yesterday's sitting, the sitting was adjourned to next week, Tuesday. So mainly it's been the sitting of the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament. The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abu-Jinapor, appeared before the committee to respond to some questions having to do with expenditures at the Lands Commission. But there were other questions to him, what the committee describes as public interest question regarding what is being done to deal with the Rosewood issue, which we heard him explain that the efforts are ongoing and a number of considerations are being assessed as to how, when illegal rosewood is confiscated, it should be dealt with. And one of the suggestions that has come up is possibly burning the rosewood trees and even giving it out to schools. And also he says those efforts are ongoing, and he's also been assuring that the tree planting that was done on June 11th, we will hear further details on government's plan to ensure that the trees that were planted are properly nurtured so that then they develop into mature trees going into the future. Next week, a number of items are on the table, including most likely, as we are being told, the Finance Minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, coming around to respond to questions having to do with the alleged luxurious travel of the presidents to Belgium, South Africa, and also the UK just a few weeks ago. We're expecting that to happen sometime next week, as well as approvals when it comes to the disbursements of the District Assembly Common Fund. Gifty.
Joseph, thank you very much for the details. Joseph Opoku-Gakpo there, bringing us up to speed. Well, a lot has been happening in Parliament, starting from the park to parliamentary business. Joseph will be there for us again next week to bring us the update. You're watching The Pulse with me, Gifty, and up here.